Okay guys, so at the Real Deal Kitchen, welcome back to the Real Deal Kitchen. So I'm going to be doing some mackerel, tomatoes, and fresh thyme and scallion. And don't forget, we got to put that old allspice seed in there. And you know, a little bit of seasoning, meat seasoning or whatever. So the olive oil, just a little bit. So anyway guys, I'm going to do my mackerel a little different. So I have the okra on the stove on low so it can soften up a little bit before I start to add my tomatoes, scallion, and thyme and my mackerel in. So once they, you know, for at least 10 minutes. Okay guys. Okay guys, so this is what I'm gonna be making, the Real Deal Kitchen. Okay, and sauteing the okra in the pan with a little tip of oil in it and cover it on low to let the steam soften the okra. And then I'm gonna wash these tomatoes, scallion and fresh thyme, and then saute it inside here. Then I'm gonna add the mackerel and add a little seasoning in it. Okay guys, so this is the okra in the stove, on the stove in the pan. As you can see, it's moist, so it's softening up a little bit before I add the other stuff in there. Okay, I know we're noisy when we cooking. That's the Jamaican kitchen, very noisy. We cook with love and everything inside this kitchen. Okay guys, so I'm gonna be putting tomato, the scallion, the fresh thyme into the pot with the okra. Okay. And then I'm gonna toss it around. So guys, we're also gonna put some pimento seeds in it, the allspice in here, along with some seasoning. So whole allspice for at least 3. Okay, remember there's no Jamaican kitchen with you know, if you at a Jamaican kitchen and they don't have this, that is not a real Jamaican kitchen. Have to have our pimento seed, our old allspice seed in there, and fresh thyme leaf. Okay, so you're gonna toss it around, and then you mix everything together, just saute, and then we're gonna add the mackerel and the seasoning. Okay. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna be passing around the okra, the tomatoes. I wash the tomato, cut it up, and the scallion. Okay. You want to toss it around, and you're also gonna add a little bit of seasoning, hot seasoning. Like at least 1 tablespoon, and then some all-purpose seasoning, Caribbean. Then I'm going to add a little bit of meat seasoning because we're going to put the mackerel in there. So everything is like 1 tablespoon of seasoning. And these seasonings are not hot. So if you want your stuff to be apt, like hotter pepper, you can either put a Scotch bonnet pepper in there, or you can put some cayenne pepper powder in there. But because I'm making this for someone and they don't like pepper, so I'm not going to be adding any peppers in it, okay? No pepper. As you can see, guys, I saute everything together with less oil. I just slightly grease the pan. And look at the pan, and I cover it to produce its own moist. That's what I did. I put the okra in first. So now I'm after tossing around everything and, you know, smush out the tomatoes. The tomatoes are a little smush. So then I'm gonna add the mackerel in there. And I add these cans of mackerel. These mackerel right here. So hello guys, look at the mackerel and the okra, the can of mackerel, okra, and the tomato. Everything is all mixed in. So now you're gonna let it. It's on medium. The stove is on medium. The fresh thyme. So you gotta let it simmer at least 10 minutes. Okay. Okay guys, look at this mackerel. So the mackerel in there. Like I said, you can add peppers in your dish, but because the person that I'm cooking for, they don't like pepper, so I cannot add any pepper. So this mackerel dish, you can have it with like pumpkin, carrots, and all of these going to be boiling later on with some green bananas added to it. So potatoes, carrots, and pumpkins, and it's going to be, you know, I'm going to serve this with the mackerel on top of, the mackerel going to be on top of that. So nice little dish, nice little simple little dish. At the Real Deal Kitchen, you get to find simple dish. So this dish is mackerel, Jamaican mackerel in tomato sauce. Okay. So this is the mackerel in tomato sauce. You open it, pour it in there. So guys, look at that mackerel with the okra and everything in there. So after 10 minutes, you can close this down. You know, after you put the mackerel with the okra and everything, you just want to turn it off after 10 minutes. Because remember, the okra was already sauteing for at least a good 15 minutes by itself, and then I add the tomato and all that. So you want to turn the stove off now. So hello guys, at the Real Deal Kitchen. So this is the mackerel, and it's over some potato, pumpkin, carrots, and green banana. So that's what the mackerel is over. See, as you can see underneath, that's the green banana. Okay. Very tasty, delicious. So this is the mackerel, and it's over the green banana with the pumpkin and the carrots. Okay. And it has okra in it. Very delicious.